guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. and I'm here today to bring you the review for Sakamoto Days Manga Chapter 10. Now, right off the bat, I just want to say that I expected more from this chapter. I thought this chapter would be more on the humorous side, and I'll explain how in a second. But yeah, that's just exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting this chapter to be more of our main cast taken out zombies because they thought they were an assassin, and that could lead to some humorous stuff. But essentially what we got was actual assassins being within the mix and them being taken out because they had to be taken out. They were actually assassins, and obviously Mrs. Sakamoto and their child being none the wiser. Now I find it really odd. I find it really odd that we have a little girl in a haunted house, castle, hospital, and she ain't even afraid. We've got China, I think her name is, and she's more afraid of what's going down than her. So I just found that really odd. But yeah, so this chapter was them going through this haunted hospital, and by the end of the chapter, Mr. Boyled and his assistant are able to separate them. Well, able to separate Sakamoto from the rest, and they're gonna deal with the matters that way. They threw in like a little backstory for Mr. Boyled, which links him to Mr. Sakamoto, and now it's a good thing that they gave him a backstory because it gave his character more depth, but his backstory itself is meh. It doesn't really do nothing for him as a character, and more so the story as well. If you didn't give him a backstory, I feel like he would still be the same guy going forward. It gives his character more depth, but not enough depth that it matters at all. I would argue, no, I would state, I would state if you took out the backstory within this chapter, he's basically pretty much still the same guy. It really didn't add anything to him at all. So yeah, the chapter leads off and sets up two fights. One with Boyled and Sakamoto. And now I feel like Sakamoto is going to kind of be like Saitama. He's going to be Saitama probably for a while within the series, and so he's not losing. That's the way I see it. And I don't think, and in regards to him remembering Boyled by the end of it, I see that going one of two ways. One, he don't remember him at all, or two, he remembers him incorrectly, mixing him up with somebody else. In regards to the other fight, Mr. Boyle's assistant, so that's going to be, I think for the most part, it's going to be his assistant versus China, drunken fist style, versus an assassin. And now, I would argue that solo China can't win this fight even with Drunken Fist, and they always say how the Drunken Fist is unpredictable, therefore it makes it hard to fight and all that. I don't care. She's up against an assassin. She's up against an assassin, and I wouldn't put China over Shin, and I made all my claims about Shin within the last fight he had about how he wouldn't be able to beat the silver-haired assassin by himself one-on-one, no matter what scenario or place they were fighting. And I said because the silver-haired assassin is afraid of these two, so therefore they must be over him. So Shin wouldn't be able to beat any of them two solo, and I put Shin over China, so therefore China should be able to beat the assistant. You see where I'm going with it. However, in the 2-on-1 fight, things could go differently, and that's where I think the route that they're going to end up taking. Shin will be a help to China within this fight. However, I am not sure if Shin has got his mind reading abilities back yet. So that could also be a problem and a factor within this fight. We'll see how things going forward. At the end of the day, I don't think because this is a comedy manga, gag manga. It's not really that important. But at the same time, even if there's got to be a gag, don't make even if it is a gag, stick to the structure and the power scaling that you're essentially asked or setting up, even if it is a gag manga. So yeah, it can be a gag, but it can be a realistic gag. There we go. I don't think there's anything more than that to say about the chapter really. So because I feel like it could have been so much better, so much humorous, I'm only giving it a 2-star rating. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.